Yo, what's up guys? It's Pygoz here, the Crypto Pie, and today we're going to be talking about technicals and fundamentals, right? And why I think technicals are more important than fundamentals. And that might be shots fired to some people. However, stay with me here. So we'll go over the technicals right now, right? So let's take Bitcoin, just one example, right? Just one example. Very simple. So when Bitcoin was 20k, the fundamentals were weaker than they are right now, even though the price is way lower, right? This is just one example, right? Because Bitcoin is getting a Lightning Network, Bitcoin's, it's just doing better overall, right? So, and Bitcoin's not even the biggest example I can give you guys. So let's just go out of crypto here, and we'll go into something like Coca-Cola, right? If I can even find that. Coca-Cola. I don't know what it's even called. But Coca-Cola, it's... Let's see, KO, Cola Company. There we go. So, right. Let's just take a look at it, right? Since it's been around forever. Let's take a look at the weekly. Okay, so... Well, when Coca-Cola was invented, guys, right, it was the same drink, right? Pretty much. It hasn't changed much. I mean, pretty sure that ever since you started drinking it, it's the same still, right? Even though the price just kept going up. So, what is more important, do you think? Is it the technicals or is it the fundamentals? Right, nothing happened. I mean, yeah, sure, they added some extras. Yeah, you got Coca-Cola Zero, and you have all these. You have vanilla. You have all these extra flavors. However, the regular Coca-Cola hasn't changed. So it's just crazy, right? So back to crypto, guys. Right, we'll go to Ethereum right here. Let's take Ethereum USD on Bitfinex, right? The weekly right here. Okay, so, well, what has really changed on Ethereum? Only good things have changed, right? Development. I mean, soon we're gonna get Casper, and whether that's good or not, we'll have to see. However, it's definitely development going on. But what you can see is the price going down. This is why I stress so much on technicals, guys, because even though a project is doing very well, the price is still going down, right? Let's take Neo. We'll go to Neo right now, right? So there you got Neo, guys. Right, Neo went all the way from, well, even less, basically like a few cents back when it was end shares, to like $200, nearly. Not exactly, nearly. And now it's back at like $14. Well, and if you look at development, so the fundamentals of the project, it's only good, right? You're gonna get Neo 3.0, which is an update. It's just crazy, guys, right? So what I can tell you is, as a trader, as an investor, even as an investor, okay, if you're looking at a project. Okay, so when you get in the ICO or a pre-sale, you have to go by fundamentals only, because that's all you have. But once it's on the charts, look at those charts, all right? So, let's just go back to Bitcoin, and right, well, this is a wrong one. Either this one or this one, which is fine. I'm currently on the BitMEX chart because it's obviously where I trade. But like I said, guys, Bitcoin is only improving. However, the price is declining, right? And well, it's honestly, so even though good things happen, right, to Bitcoin, the price is declining. So when you see candles like well, this was a prime example right here, right? You see these candles appearing, right? Big wick to the upside. Are you still, even though good things are bound to happen to Bitcoin, in the long run, in the very long run, on fundamentals, you'll be all right. But in the medium to like, the medium run, you'll be wrong. because like let's say you buy here, well then it goes down. Just purely you bought based on like some fundamentals, right? Now it's not to bash the people that only trade on fundamentals, but I do think people can do a whole lot better if they have an understanding of both. If you have an understanding of fundamentals, and everyone has an understanding of fundamentals, guys, right? Everyone does. It's not hard. It's just think about the project, right? So what do you think about Bitcoin? Well, you know, personally, I think Bitcoin can replace the euro and the US dollar at some point, right? Not right now, but maybe in 20, 30 years from now, yeah. What do I think about Ethereum, right? Ethereum, well, it's a smart contract cryptocurrency. It's the number 2, right, after Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not a smart contract, but it's a number 2 cryptocurrency. So, you know, I think it will definitely be used a lot, right? And that's how you think about things fundamentally. It's just very simple, right? I mean, let's just take Microsoft, right? So what do you think about Microsoft? Well, everyone's using it. It's an operating system that everyone's using, Windows, so it must be good, right? But then when you go look at technicals, it might be totally different. Prime example, before, you know, I'm done talking about the technicals here compared to the fundamentals. Let's take Facebook, all right? We'll take Facebook right here because everyone's using Facebook, right? Well, all of a sudden here, guys, right? So you had this big, massive drop, but fundamentally nothing changed about Facebook, right? It's the same thing. It's a social media platform that half the world, if not more, uses to, you know, express their lives, right? They post everything on there. I personally don't, but there's a lot of people that post a lot of things on Facebook, and I mean, it had a great time. And I mean, if we just take the weeks, basically it had an amazing time, right? And if you just look at this, well, it also had dips, you see. So technicals definitely tell you a lot. So this dip, it was very hard to see. However, you did get a little doji here, right? It wasn't the best way to really look at things, or the daily didn't show you anything. It was something about earnings, right? You know, sure, the earnings might have been bad or worse than expected, but the fundamentals of the company is still the same, right? So if you're in it for the long term, it's okay to hold, right? No, Facebook's not going to go away. I don't believe so. However, you have to put yourself in the shoes of, you got smart money and you got money that is purely based on their thoughts, right? Like basically their not the emotions so much, but what do you think about something, right? Well, what do you think about Facebook? Everyone was in love in Facebook, so you know they think it will only go up and never have dips. Well, then the harsh truth hits you in the face, right? So yeah, that's what I can tell about that. I mean, it's that simple, guys. So if we just go back to Bitcoin here, right? Back to Bitcoin here on the 6 hour. Okay, we're on the 6 hour right here, and I don't have any of my Elliott wave on. Well, honestly, what do you expect to happen like soon, right? With like this wick up here, this wick up here, it's trying to go up. However, if you put this down to a lower time frame, so a 30-minute, if you just know a little bit of technicals, then this looks like to you like a bear flag, right? And you could simply have your stop just right around here, you know, and you can basically, so without doing any Elliott, you could just target around. So this was like a 6% drop. Well, what was this drop? Let's take a look, right? What was this drop? Like 4 or 5% as well. So if you're smart, you're just aiming for about 5%, and that's it. Okay, that's it. And so you can either make 5% or lose about 2.8 or 2.1%. I know that's very easy, right? So if I just put back on my whole plan here, then you see a completely different case, right? Because since I know Elliott wave, it makes a lot more sense. So the more you know, the better. But even if you just have the basics of technicals, then you can see that this is a bear flag and has a high probability chance of going down, right? And you don't want to be greedy, so you want to take about 5%, which is about here, right? So that's just a little, I wouldn't say rant, but it's just a little bit I had to talk about, guys, about fundamentals and technicals, because I do get PMs saying like, but the fundamentals of this are really good, right? Well, that is just my take on the fundamentals of things, guys. You know, when you get into an ICO, you have no other option than looking at fundamentals only. But once it's on the charts, you have an option to get out when it breaks trend, or right, or when it or get in when it finishes like a whole 5-wave setup, etc. Right? So yeah, technicals definitely help you a lot, and 80% is technicals, guys. 20% is fundamentals. So keep that in mind, right? Fundamentals do happen, you know, where the news or something, it pumps, and then you know, you get a pump, but after that you often get a dump, right? Because then it needs to get back to technical levels, and that's just as simple as it is. So keep that in mind, guys. Also, if you're not in my Telegram yet, join up with the CryptoPies blog, where you can ask me any question, you can ask other people questions. It's just a great chat box to be in, right? So join up with that. So what do you do? Buy alts, sell shorts? No. Well, he can't move the actual price, right? Right, yeah, don't just start with BitMax. If you're still new to trading, I mean, I wouldn't use leverage then yet. But when you are an experienced trader, leverage can definitely exponentially increase your profits. All right. And what I mean with experienced traders, if you know your Fibonacci's, if you know your Elliott waves, if you know Ichimoku, if you know your basic candle patterns, your basic candlesticks, you know, you're more experienced in the field, then obviously leverage can be a good thing, but always use a stop loss, right? Also, guys, join up with the CryptoPies feed, where I post all my videos, post about upcoming ICOs. When I find an ICO, I'll tell you guys about it to whitelist for it, so you are ready for the sale. What I look for in an ICO is low token metrics, so low market cap, so it's easy to flip, a good team, and of course it needs to be an infrastructure project, right? Such as a blockchain or a protocol. Yeah, that is that's that, guys. Also follow me on Twitter, which is twitter.com/Pygoz. Also follow me on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Pygoz. Both telegrams will be in the description below, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit that post notification button, and if you got any questions at all, leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.